Hey friends, hope you're all doing well. I want to take this moment to say please wash your hands and abide by CDC guidelines as much as possible. With that out of the way, I made a video a couple of months ago talking about how people shouldn't watch the videos that I was making and basically how my channel was still developing and I was still figuring ideas out. I wanted to kind of revisit that topic and maybe offer an update on where the content on my channel is and how I'm looking at things and where I think that I'm going to go with this kind of stuff. So I think the big question that I want to answer in this video is my content worth watching? And right now I would say maybe, and let me explain what I mean by that. The goal of the channel is to kind of offer a new perspective on life. From my personal experience or some of the things that I've experienced by listening to stories of other people, whether that has to do with politics or society or just the way that we live, any of that kind of stuff. I enjoy offering new perspectives on normal, everyday kind of things. And I wanted to kind of do this because there's a ton of topics that I've talked on with friends and a lot of stories that I've heard and stuff like that I'll talk to some people about and remember and say pretty well, but then forget about because I don't end up talking about that thing again, for the next couple of weeks or months or whatever the case may be. And I find myself always wishing that I had remembered how to say things like I used to say them, or had all the same kind of information, or been able to put it into kind of like a concise, packaged presentation. So the idea, I guess, with the YouTube channel was to do exactly that. I wanted to be able to take all of the thoughts and all the conversations that I'd had with people and package them down into scripts and presentations, into a specific video format, and offer that online, not necessarily for other people to watch at the moment, but as a way to remember all of the information that, I had come across in, my college experiences or in just everyday life. Because generally I think that I forget a lot, and it's not like I'm intentionally trying to forget stuff, but, again, if something doesn't come up in conversation a lot, there's a chance that I'm just going to completely forget what that specific topic was. And for the most part, this has been exactly what's happened. I've put a lot of time and effort into crafting scripts and coming up with topics and ideas, and most of that has helped me a lot in regular day conversations. I'm able to kind of be a little bit more eloquent, present my ideas a lot more concisely. I don't go on as many tangents when I'm talking to people, and generally I think it's been a great benefit to the way that I talk and the way that I operate day to day. But that's not the only benefit that's happened from making these videos on YouTube. YouTube specifically kind of has like a time clock in the sense that people are kind of expecting new content from people, and the channels that do well are the ones that upload regularly and have a consistent type of content and format that they use on their channel. That way when people come to their channel, they know what to expect from that specific content creator. And all of that has helped me out a lot as well. Not only is this giving me kind of the push to study new topics and come up with new ideas to talk about, it's also kind of giving me the push to get my content consistent and put effort into making it feel the way that I want it to feel. In essence, shaping the format to better suit the information. But this hasn't always been easy, and it's especially been a little bit more difficult recently because I've been running into issues that I didn't really expect to have starting out. Over the last few months, I definitely feel like my content has grown a lot, and I feel like the format that I'm using now and the way that I talk about things and kind of how I approach topics is a lot better than it used to be. And I think that it's a lot closer to kind of how I want this channel to feel. I really like the genuine, personal, across the table kind of feel that this desk gives to the set, as well as kind of like the personal aspects of this mic and the way that the desk is set up, how you can see everything that's going on here. I like it all, and I like how that's set up, and I also like the way that I've been presenting information recently. I think that my scripts have been pretty good and that the flow of my conversations have been good. I think I've found a specific way that I like doing things, and I'm really excited about improving that. But I think that's part of why I feel limited right now, in the sense that I know that I've grown a lot on YouTube, and uploading twice a week has been really helpful for me in understanding the format and continuing to get better at everything that I do. But I think that I see a long way from where I am right now to where I want to be as far as content on YouTube, and I don't want to create things right now that I really put a lot of effort and weight in and importance in as a person that won't come across that way on this channel. To kind of put it more concisely, there's topics that I want to talk on that I really care about that I don't think I'll do well enough right now because I'm not as good as I want to be in presenting information on YouTube. That's exactly what happened with this week's script and kind of why I'm late, because I spent 4 or 5 hours writing a script that I really liked, but that I didn't want to use specifically right now because I don't feel like I'm going to be able to do it well enough. I'm not going to be able to present it the way that that I want to present it, and this format isn't developed enough for me yet to be able to present that information the way that I want to. And I think there's a lot of topics like this for me right now. There's a lot of stuff that I studied in college, a lot of stuff that I've talked about with friends that I really care about and I really put a lot of weight in, but I'm concerned that right now my content isn't where it needs to be for me to present these topics in a way that actually matters, that shows that I care about these specific topics. I also think in a way that because the internet is kind of forever, that if I don't put enough weight into developing my format first, that I might, put a lot of energy into a specific topic and I might care about it a lot, but people watching may not end up taking it the way that I'm wanting them to kind of take the information just because I did a really bad job presenting it. And I don't want to ever create content that I know is going to present me in a wrong light just because I'm not doing it well enough. Obviously, I know that I can't ever do anything perfect and that I'm never going to be perfect at the format that I have on YouTube. But that's still something that I'm cautious about and that I really care about because I don't want to, in the end, make content that I really care about and I'm trying to, communicate a certain point through, and that point never gets the audience that will watch those videos. So in the end, I look back to the video I made a couple of months ago, and I definitely think that I'm a lot farther along than I was. I definitely think that I've gotten more consistent with the way that the videos look. I'm a lot happier with how they turn out, and I'm a lot more happy with the topics that I'm talking on right now, and I feel like they have a little bit more weight, personal weight for people, than the topics I was talking on, back when I made that video. I don't think, though, that I've made it to the end in the sense that I don't think that my format or the way that I talk about things or how I present them on YouTube is perfectly developed, and I think that there's still a lot of growth that I have to do and a lot of areas to improve. And that's not something that's necessarily a limitation for me, but something that I really care about and I'm cautious about. And I want to make sure that I save the really, really important stuff that I do want to talk about and that I've written scripts for later. That way I've built up the kind of ability to edit and design videos in a way that benefits that content the most. So back to what I said at the beginning. Is my content worth watching right now? Well, maybe. I think I've gotten a lot better at making videos, and I think that my content's a lot more refined and straightforward and kind of concise, but I also think that I'm not quite there yet, and there's quite a few iterations that I need to make before my content will be really where I want it to be. And I definitely think in a couple of months I'll be a lot farther along in this process than I am right now, and that my videos will be much more beneficial and worth watching then than they are right now. I know that that wasn't like a full interesting topic to talk about, but I thought it was a good little update to add, especially since the full script that I wrote this week was not in the place where I could present it. That being said, that's it for this video. I appreciate you guys sticking around. If you guys like this kind of content or are interested in seeing where this channel goes, feel free to like and subscribe. If you have any comments or thoughts about what I've talked on today, then feel free to drop those below. But outside of that, wash your hands, stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next video.